Michigan quarterback coach Kirk Campbell. So, Kirk, man, let's go back over the course of the season. I remember talking to you before the season, and you talked about how the pre-snap menu for JJ McCarthy would be a new frontier for him. When you go back and look at where he was in the winter and spring to where he is now, how far has he come?
Worlds. I mean, he just has a complete understanding not only of our game plan, but how the defenses are lined pre-snap, post-snap, so he can execute after the ball snapped. And his growth, his development, his understanding of the game plan, of what we're trying to do offensively has just been so awesome to see his growth and his development. I mean, this week of preparation has been outstanding for him, and it's going to be awesome to see him go perform on
He talked yesterday a lot about how the end of the season for him was about learning how to play when you're hurt. Hurt and injured are different things. But learning how to play hurt. He said he talked a lot to Coach Harbaugh about that, about his experience, and it was a journey for him figuring that out. As his coach, how did you help him navigate that?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be things that, I think I mentioned this in a media conference one time, but like, if your front knee is hurt, you're not going to be able to go through the throw. You're going to have to find different ways to throw off platform, not fall through, and just making sure that he knows that his skill set, even if he's at 80%, 70%, 60%, he's still plenty good enough to go out there and execute. So my standpoint is more of the mental side of it. I was working with him through it, like giving him the confidence, the tools, with the mental capacity to go out there and execute post-snap work. Coach did a great job of helping him, physically and all that, and how to combat that injury stuff.
It's not something you can comment on during the season, not something he can really talk about as far as everyone on the outside was concerned. He was 100%. But now, looking back on it, I mean, do people have an appreciation for really how banged up he was, say, in the Maryland game when he went out there and played?
I mean, I obviously do. He had some tears in his eyes there at halftime because he was hurt pretty bad. So, but that just shows you kind of warrior he is. He'll battle through anything for his teammates. A guy that, a foxhole kind of guy. We talk about a foxhole guy. A guy that you have to go in the battle. Who do you want behind you going in there? And that's what he displayed there. He was not even near 100% in that game, and how he went out there and performed for his teammates was special to see. And a lot of respect earned that he not only had, but just earned from the rest of the teammates and myself. I mean, it was pretty cool to watch.
You guys as a coaching staff, you obviously had to come together when Coach Harbaugh is out, but you also have to come together and figure some things out when you're dealing with injured players. Figure out what you got to do to win. That's always a journey for me watching coaches when they start to make decisions. You got a lot of ideas about how you're going to do things, and then when you get in the fire and realize you got to do what your players are capable of doing, it tends to be a lot different.
Yeah, absolutely. Adapt and overcome. When you got to have plan A, plan B, and plan C. When plan A, we knew in that game plan, we were hoping he could move around a little bit more than he could, and when he couldn't, we had to adapt and overcome. And I just think that's a testament to the staff. Sharon's built that. We have open conversation on how to do things on the offense staff, and I just think that's, like I said, a testament to how we built this program.
Got you. So Jaden Davis is here now. It's early. He's throwing the ball around in practice. But take me back through your journey as his, you became his recruiter once you got hired into the job. Take me back through that, building a relationship with him and his family, and then your early impressions of him now that he's been in practice.
Yeah, just Jaden, from initial step one, Jaden and Jeremiah, building that relationship with them, Jeremiah obviously his father, and just what a great family, great kid. And then you throw in the intangibles of a leader and how he leads his team when you go see him in the off season. The workouts he sends me and stuff like that, how he's just leading this program. Obviously back-to-back state champs. His intangibles are throwing the football. He's very good at throwing off platform, changing his arm angles. To now, present day, being here. And what we recruited him as and what he has shown up in the first week couldn't be any more of what we expected. The kid has been outstanding, extremely coachable, high ceiling, bright future. Great addition not only to the program, but our quarterback group. He just fits right in, and excited for him to see his growth and his development.
Gotcha. All right, so obviously you can't talk about specific recruits, but I wonder how you deal with when you're on the recruiting trail, because JJ talked about it yesterday. What's balance for you guys is different from what balance is for everyone else. People think of balance and it's 50-50 for them, except for Michigan, it's not. Balance is what do we need to do the most to win? If it's throw it 70% of the time, that's what we'll do. If it's running 70% of the time, that's what we do. How do you, as a quarterback recruiter, kind of pitch that to quarterbacks who want to throw it 70% of the time, all the time?
Yeah, I think step one is winning take care of itself. I've joined this profession and played the sport day one because I want to win, right? That's goal number one, winning as a team. When you do it as a team, that is awesome. But also how we do things in our offense. I think I hit on this before, but we're under center, running play action pass, we're running drop back, we're running empty, we're running movements. Everything we do prepares you for the NFL, and I think that just speaks for itself. Whenever you come in, you're able to meet with me, you understand the development that you'll get in this program. The terminology that we use just helps put you in a different position than some other places that you may get these gaudy stats, but you lose 2 or 3 games a year. And I would rather stick on the winning side and prepare myself for the next level.
Gotcha. And then last one, just about Bama, just your impressions. As you've broken them down, we know they have pros at every level, but what is it, aside from talent, that makes them so difficult to play?
Yeah, obviously, Coach Saban has a large fingerprint on what they do defensively. Schematically, very sound, very good at pattern matching pass plays. So you got to be creative, find different ways to get them moved, communicate, get their boots moving. Can't have them have their cleats to the ground. But talent-wise, extremely talented, and then schematically, they're really good. So we're gonna have to bring our best come game day.
Gotcha. Kirk, appreciate your time, man. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it, Sam.